So meet John. He works for a company that provides business supplies. And a part of his job is to go to his corporate clients, such as banks, hospitals, and offices, to count inventory and reorder them if they're running low. Now, he does this manually. It's time-consuming, costly, and prone to error. Error, which means companies and their workforce are left without the supplies that they need. Companies are constantly switching between business supply vendors due to these frustrations. Although it doesn't matter if they change a business supply vendor, because at the end, they still all use this age manual method. So businesses around the globe each year lose a staggering $1.75 trillion that can be attributed to poor inventory management. So to help out John, I'd like to introduce you to Matty. Matty is a smart, modular, and fully automated inventory control solution. It's a smart mat, flexibly designed so it can fit into any space. It's connected to the cloud, giving users real-time updates of their inventory so you don't have to spend valuable staff time counting or manually barcode scanning. Fully customizable, our mats can be calibrated to any product and used across multiple industries. It's a simple, smart, and cost-effective way of solving an outdated, manually intensive, and error-prone problem. So how about I show you how it works and what it looks like. So as you can see, mat is placed in the location like this table, turning it into a fully automated inventory control solution. The great thing is, additional mats can be added like Lego, which is great for upscaling and minimizing cost. So move to demo, please. So what I'll do, I'll simply just remove one item from a load area, and on our back-end system, you will see an update. There'll be no counting, no scanning, and no inaccuracies. Now imagine, Matty across your entire inventory, feeding you real-time data, so you don't have to use valuable staff time counting. Back to presentation, please. Our back-end AWS system means that companies such as SAP, JD, and Oracle can integrate easily to generate reports, analyze data, and remotely manage inventory. So competitors in the software inventory management space, such as Chin7 and EasyOffice, do offer scalability. But because they don't have no hardware components, they don't offer live and automated monitoring. Competitors in the automated inventory space, such as Cribmaster and Apex, offer automation through their vending machine solutions, but they're very large, so they're extremely expensive and are not modular. Matty is scalable, affordable, and provides real-time updates for its back-end system. As for the market, so our inventory solution can pretty much is aimed for anyone that manages inventory. But initially, we're focusing on the business supply industry with a value of $217 billion, with Australia about $5.8 billion. In this realm, there's business supply vendors. So these are companies that go actually manage your stationary supplies, cabinets, kitchenettes, and washing room cabinets, with probably a value of $436 million cost. Our mats, initially for business to business, with the values for the hardware components anywhere from $202,000, depending on what solution you're buying, with additional 10% of the hardware cost going towards software subscription. So I'm very happy to announce that today we are launching here a startup, TechCrunch Battlefield Australia. We're changing the inventory management game. So stop counting supplies and do a concentrate on the things that you do best. So please come visit us at boole.com.au. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Boole. Okay, on your markers, guys, go for it.
So we've all tried to use the self-checkout at Coles and had someone have to come up and help us. because it almost never works safely for our American friends. So how do you deal with these? How much testing have you done to guarantee that these are sort of set and forget systems that people aren't just going to work around after a month and start doing other things or putting bricks on them?
Right, so we have a few different, we've been testing a few different solutions for different industries. Now, for example, for inventory, we do have a system that's got a latch up and down to change human behavior. So it does remind you to make sure to put things back into its own item. Additionally, there's barriers that you can't penetrate across either mat. So it's kind of customized for different business solutions. So that's the way we could do it. And yeah, that's the way we go about doing it, if that's the answer to the question.
Yeah, Duncan.
Yeah, so it's a really, really interesting and massive problem as you identified. Why do you use load cells rather than computer vision to kind of achieve the solution?
Yep, so the reason we use load cells, for example, computer vision and so forth, you're straight away introducing a whole new realm or process to a business such as inventory management. So because businesses can already have data because of their shipping reasons, they don't have to change their business process to actually manage their inventory. So, and we just realized it was a very simple solution. It's an affordable solution that can be implemented really quickly. Where vision, you still need to kind of calibrate what you're counting, what you're measuring. You need to have a new process in place, which is very hard for big organizations to kind of introduce. So this is just feeding off their delivery information because it's weights, they already know that.
What sort of cost savings can businesses expect when they've got your solution in place?
Well, one of the major businesses in Australia, for example, just one roughly pays about over $1 million just on wages counting stock.
Yeah. So we would be able to remove the need for businesses to send out their staff to actually count supplies at their customers' venues.
Mm-hmm.
That would we'd be able to automate that.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you built APIs to be able to integrate with other software solutions?
So it's running off AWS, and API integration becomes the easy part.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So that was what we aimed for. Actually, that was what we are aiming to. That's a big change.
All right. Thank
Sorry.
you for the AWS plug, by the way.
Just for you.
I saw your revenue model. So you got part hardware, part software. So, but extrapolating, 5 years down the line when you're worth $1 billion, is it because of the hardware or because of the software that you're worth a lot of money?
Well, Boole is IoT. That's what we're kind of trying to target towards. So it's our back-end system we're trying to really focus on, such as Amazon. But so hardware is the major part at the beginning, but as we scale up, it's going to be additional different hardware solutions that are going to integrate into our back-end system.
Yeah, so it's something that could be reiterated down the track. We can't.
But yes, it's a mix of two.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your typical customer unit size and what would be the upfront cost for someone to do that?
Okay, so our typical customers initially, there are two markets that we're initially focusing on. One being what we discussed, business supplies. The other one, for example, bars. Now, business supplies. I guess the upfront cost for them to service this would be to get the mats and get the software as a monthly subscription to enable them to automatically to have full vision of what inventory they have. Also, the costs may not necessarily be just limited to the operational costs. For example, if something like that goes wrong, it can affect their contracts overall. So, for example, had this place run out of toilet paper today in the washrooms because someone forgot to count what's in the storeroom, that creates a massive problem for the account manager and the person who owns this contract.
And the user.
Yeah, the user, of course. Yeah.
Are there any additional insights you can provide to your customers above and beyond just, hey, you're out of stock of something?
Absolutely. So what we're looking at as well is picking errors. So this process could completely eliminate picking errors in any distribution center. At the moment, that is a significant cost and an error that creates poor user experience for a lot of distribution centers. So essentially, in Australia, some of the most advanced picking systems are voice activated. So voice picking systems, and the staff would literally just pick something out of a bin and put it in a box. With this integrated, what we're looking at also is that could stop an order and say, hey, you picked too many, not enough, or from the wrong bin.
And also it gives you information before points of sale so you can get
and live inventory feed.
Like on bars, you can actually pinpoint if your points of sale is not right to actually what you're wasting. You know, on that day, who was working? Probably not me. And you can find out what was wasted exactly on that day, and then you can maybe theft or wastage, or you can figure it out. So,
Okay. I think we're done. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Boole. Matty with Boole.